Preach, bro.
Yeah, and
Preach.
that's one of the biggest thing. I joined whenever I started or whenever I got into Red Pill. I joined the Dallas Discord for Fresh and Fit, and
Hmm.
I agreed with Fresh and Fit on a lot of things. But there was some things from my vast experiences in business and also with women that I just kind of disagreed on, and I would argue with these guys all the time. It's like, guys, I can tell you right now by pre-selection, like I wouldn't have the hot girls I have if it wasn't for the way that
Yeah.
I lived my life with women around me and stuff. And then I found Michael Sartain like a few months ago, and it was like, oh my God, I'm not alone in this universe. There's somebody else that thinks like me. But yeah, it was really crazy, like arguing against people who don't understand, like, that there is other ways to do things, I guess, you know?
Yeah, no, I think ultimately at the end of the day, men and women should be together. Like, just look at everything around us, like
We're, we're,
animals.
we're, we're drawn to each other.
We're supposed to be together.
Yeah, it's scientifically proven that life and everything comes like it's connection is everything to humans, you know, or to everything in life. Connection is everything. Whether it's connection to nature or connection to another human.
Yeah.
And for us to forget that this last 10 years is crazy to me.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's like that here in America. Overseas, is people are normal.
They still get it.
You know, they still
So
understand.
so that's what people I always some people tell me that the globalization, it's globalization. Women are changed across the world. Would you say that that's true somewhat or not at all? Like, do you think that women in Japan are completely different than the Western women?
Oh, dude, night and day,
It's night and day.
night and day. No,
It's all about how you're raised, and they're literally raised completely fucking different.
yeah, with a father in the house.
I want to know, since we were talking about yourself in a decade, how many kids do you want to have?
In a perfect world, 5 boys.
And, and see, I'm scared to have boys unless I'm having them with a tall girl because I want to make sure they're tall enough to not struggle in the dating marketplace. So that's one of my goals. Is I would like I'm scared to have a guy, honestly, just because like I have a daughter right now and I'm not that scared of it, honestly.
Mm.
But for a boy, I just see how hard the world is for short men or just men that struggle at certain things. So it scares me. Also, like Sterling was talking about how he wants to do like the multiple wives thing. What's your opinion on that, or would you like to do the multiple wives, or would you like to just have one good wife, you think?
I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, multiple wives.
Yeah,
But
it all just depends.
honestly, it's just it really because I've been in relationships now for the last 6 years, and I'm kind of not now, and so. But I'll tell you, like when you have it's life is different when you have someone who loves you at home, and it's not. I don't think it's a bad thing, you know.
It's the greatest, most comforting. I actually always argue the reason, one of the many reasons why I argue that relationships are better is because whenever I've been in relationships mostly my whole life, and
Mm,
the very serious ones where the girls lived with me and stuff, and I feel like I'm more myself than other people are themselves. Because if you're constantly trying to chase women or constantly trying to get approved for women and stuff like that, because most men are out here working, buying things and everything in
mm,
pursuit of women or sex. So like you don't even know who you are after 10 years of doing that. You're whatever the sexual marketplace deems is the best thing. And like, I'm very much myself. I'm very into Carl Sagan. I'm very into science. I'm very into a lot of things that most people are not into at all. And I don't give a fuck what anybody fucking thinks. I don't give a fuck. I know that I'm better than all of them and I'm smarter than all of them because I took this path, because I chose to learn all these different things.
mm.
And so, like, and I feel like if I was always constantly, like, when I'm single, I'm very extrovert. I'm out all the time. I'm always hanging out with people, and I'm constantly dressing or making myself whatever other people approve of that I'm around.
Yeah.
But when I'm in a relationship, I'm a nerd. Me and my girl are having stupid voices and doing stupid nerdy things that you would never normally do with people. But when you're that comfortable,
Mhm.
you get to become your true self, I feel.
Mm.
And so that's what I love about relationships. And I feel sorry for people that stay single for 10 years or a long period of
Mm.
time because I feel like they might lose touch with who they truly are or what their passion could have been.
It's a lie. Like this whole Sex in the City shit is bullshit.
It
You
is.
know,
It's
and
cap.
and they're men do the same thing. They think they look like Dan Bilzerian. Like, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could live that out.
Yeah. It's the equivalent. It's the exact same.
Yeah.
I love to joke about that. Where do you see the world in a decade now? So like we said, what you want, where the red pill should be. What do you think the world's going to be like in 10 years?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think that a lot of like people are pushing it back against the mainstream now more than ever.
Pushing the pendulum back.
You know, do you hear about the Project Veritas and the Pfizer video recently?
No, I didn't. I didn't see that.
So this video just came out and they're like basically caught Pfizer saying like we're just going to engineer new versions of coronavirus and release it and then
Oh my
sell
god, that's
vaccines.
crazy.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I think they saw a profit model from this, you know.
Oh, of
And
course.
and you can make money, you know, off of vaccines. So
Off of dumb people. Yeah, no, I definitely see the world like in 10 years. I'm with you. I think we're pushing back. I
yeah,
think Zuby said this on Fresh and Fit a couple weeks ago. He was like, because I actually argued with Michael Sartain about this on my episode that I had with him. He was saying the Overton window has gone all the way. And I was like, I don't believe that. I think that
I don't even
it
know what
can
the
be,
Overton window is.
it's just a way of saying that once it's past the point that it's not, it can't, it's past the point of no return, basically. Like,
Mm,
basically, like the woke shit has gotten to a point where it's going to keep going this way and we just need to accept it. And there's no, like Michael likes to say that, he's not going to argue against it. He's just going to find a way to make money with it in some
mm,
way, you know? And that's smart. Like, that is the, but I'm really into prescriptions and stuff and like trying to fix things and solutions. So, like, I'm trying to be one of the ones that, like with Zuby, pushing it back. I believe Florida and Texas are two. He said this on that show that Florida and Texas are the two biggest places in the fucking world right now. Because if we fall, because of our gun laws and everything that we have here, if we fucking fall here, the world falls. Because the United States is the policeman of the world, and the United States is riding on Texas and Florida as the
mm,
two biggest red states.
yeah.
So because of that, the like I'm pushing everybody in our Discord and everybody in Dallas to get into politics, get onto committees of their local cities, because that's the start to getting into politics. I mean, our founding fathers started at in their 30s, 20s. So we should all be pushing this shit if we really care about it. If we really are solution based men, like we preach all the fucking time, we should be doing it right now. And that's why I'm pushing it how I'm doing it, you know, here in Dallas at least.
Yeah.
But people underestimate how much is on our shoulders here. And I'll backpack all of it and I'll tell everybody it's on our shoulders until everybody gets it because it's true.
I've actually spent a little bit more time now here in Texas, but I've noticed it's been, it's only been a day and a half, but I feel like people are more polite here.
Really?
Are they?
Until you get in a car on the highway.
Well, just like in the restaurants and stuff, I just thought people were polite. I don't
I
know.
mean, it is a Texas, a southern thing to like be a little bit more. What's the word? Southern comfort, southern respect. I guess I don't know if it's really true though. I guess you kind of already answered the question like marriage and kids. Do you know what purple pill is? Do you know why my show is called Purple Pill?
Um, because you're in the middle.
Well, it's partially that. It's definitely partially that. But the big thing is, I do take my definition from AMS, from Alpha Male Strategies, because he
Mm,
likes to say purple pill is a person that is red pilled but chooses to still be in a relationship. Because you must be a fucking dumbass to still choose to date a girl when you know all the things about them. And
mm.
that's what he likes to talk about on his show. But he's made tons of videos on purple pill, and that's why I did this.
Isn't he in a relationship now though?
No, he is still spinning hard. He's definitely still single. He makes videos regularly that are still talking about how he stays in the game to make sure he can still give good advice for guys that are still in the game.
Mm,
I think he would be purple pill if he didn't have so many girls flocking to him.
mm,
He truly likes it more. He talks a lot of good stuff about purple pill.
mm.
He teaches a lot of men how to be in relationships. Honestly, I think his prescriptions for it are some of the best in the manosphere personally.
So what's he saying that when you're in a relationship with a girl, like she's gonna cheat no matter what, so it's a bad idea, or
No, like
what's
he
he
thinks
saying?
that hypergamy isn't fully in that way. He thinks that a woman that is attached to you will not cheat.
Mm,
So I agree with him on that also. But so I think hypergamy does have a check sometimes for some women in that way. Another thing is he says if you're in a relationship, y'all both have a curfew. Like it's not like y'all are both going out all the time. Like we're gonna go out tonight and stuff like that. But normally, like I wouldn't be going out without my girl, or like we both stay in. Like we don't do a lot of shit. Like I don't
yeah,
like to go out. Like
there's no reason for a couple to be going out doing that.
yeah, yeah. Like we like to save money more than anything. I always like to think that every dollar I spend right now is $7 when I'm 60. So yeah. So I'm heavy saver. I'm that person that does nothing but put in my 401k, IRA, HSA. I don't give a fuck about what everybody else is doing.
Do you buy Bitcoin?
No, I'm not. I'm very against crypto. I've made actually a lot of money on crypto. I got into the six figures like a couple of years ago in crypto, and I got into it in 2013. My first Bitcoin I bought was for $570 in 2013. I've been in the game for a long time when it comes to stuff like that. So I actually really hate everybody that's into all that stuff because I have tons of friends who have been hacked for it. That I got into it and they had Androids or they had some type of Windows that they were doing it through and they got hacked really easily. Like I preach if people are going to do it extremely safe. Like with iPhones, there's certain things that you should do to make sure you don't get fucked. Because the thing is, if somebody gets scammed or they get hacked, they're not going to go brag and tell everybody, yo, I bought 20 grand in Bitcoin and then all my shit got lost because I had a keylogger on my phone the whole time. Like nobody brags about those things. So I try to come out here and tell people like, because I helped a lot of friends make a lot of money and I watched them lose it all too. So I try to teach them the negatives of it more than anything, sadly. And if you are going to do it, DCA into it at 10% like you're supposed to. Like it's not, you're not supposed to sit there put like 100% of your savings into it. You know, I'm very much about maxing your 401k, your IRA, your HSA. It's one of the biggest things I teach on my show.
Do you think the crypto market will pump in 2025?
I don't know when it will. I know it will pump again. I just don't know when it will. I've watched the Fed chairman for everything, bro, and that's all I watch is that motherfucker. And I know the market moves based off of him. I know that crypto still has money to lose depending on what he says in the next 6 months. It just depends if he decides to raise interest rates more or not. That's the way I see it, though.
Yeah, I think those rates go up. I do. Do you know I do a crypto show?
No, I didn't. I did not
Yeah,
know that at all.
yeah. I've been doing a weekly crypto show since 2019 called the Tokyo Crypto Show, and yeah, we interviewed John McAfee at one point before he died.
That's fucking
It's an
crazy.
old interview. You should check it out.
Yeah, I do need to check, dude. If y'all need any crypto help, go to him because yeah, don't come to me because I'm gonna tell y'all don't even fucking buy any.
No, I'm just very anti fiat currency.
Yeah, no, I am too. At the end of the day, I really, really hate the system. Like, I want to say that I always tell people I was originally red pilled before a lot of people from the video Zeitgeist when I was 15 years old. Did you ever
Mm.
see Zeitgeist by Pierre Joseph?
Yeah, man, that shit was heavy, bro.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't.
it was a it was a it was the original red pill to me. Learning about the money system, learning about
Yeah.
religion, learning about the government, like how it all 9/11, that shit like was the original red pill to me and like originally woke me up. And but yeah, I hate the money system too more than anything. I'm like Sartain in this aspect where I'm just gonna learn to make as much money as I can so I can be like Elon Musk and change the world how I want to with all the money I'm making.
Mm.
I wanted to give you, I wanted to push back on something about, but you might have actually already convinced me because you taught me what inner game was. I thought inner game was more like frame, but I guess I was wrong in that aspect because I wanted to ask you. I have beef with muscles in game, and the
Okay.
reason why is because I don't like muscles because it focuses men on vanity. Sometimes it's not every man. Some men though will get into it and they become insecure and they start posting pictures every day of their body. Like it's something that like and then it gets them into the hedonistic cycle of maybe only spinning plates or only sleeping with women. Like it's actually amazing for the men that need help. But if a 10% man or a guy that's already doing good gets into the gym or something, it just makes him the most egotistical fuck that will just run around and fucking ruin other marriages and do all types of fuck shit. And so I don't like, but this is just something I just like to push back on against everybody that likes to do the most stuff because I personally don't go to the gym. And
Mm.
but I know it is better. At the end of the day, I know I'm wrong, but I still always argue this point
Well,
just for shits and gigs,
so
kind of.
so make muscles is not necessarily about making muscles, but it's just about not being fat. That's what make
True, and
muscles
that's why I
is.
always say too. Yeah, just don't be
Yeah,
fat.
because I have a free weight loss course that has like cooking plan, exercise plan, and like lectures on sleep, hydration, all that stuff. Because that's what I tell people. Because I live in Japan, right? So
Everybody's
Japan's,
skinny there, huh?
yeah, it's the lowest obesity rate in the world, like
That's
5%.
crazy.
So when I come here and see
All these fat
like
people,
huge,
these whales
dude,
everywhere.
Walmart
Yeah,
golems.
no, and that's why I always tell them, and I always say also, if you're under a certain height, you have to go to the gym because that's the only thing that's gonna like kind of give you like the extra points to get certain girls. I feel like if you're
Yeah,
like 5'8", you gotta hit the gym. Like,
you just got to be on your business if you're. I mean, but then that's just that's very America centric, Like
yeah,
get out, go
yeah,
to fucking Philippines, go to Mexico. People in Mexico are like I think 5'7" on average.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're do you have a passport? You have money, like remote work, like just change your life. That's what I said. Like I saw way
You're
America
the
was
original
going.
passport, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't even that. I was just like, no, these women over here are gonna treat me better. So
No, yeah, I'm telling you, you're the original passport, bro.
yeah.
No, so but also I always talk shit on game, and the only reason is
Mm,
because of what Jay Waller always says. I love when Jay Waller talks shit on game, and he's just like, it's all about frame. Game is for somebody trying to finesse or like lie or try to cheat a woman into bed, trying to say certain things. But that's not
mm,
true whenever it's like how you said it with
yeah,
inner game, because that's more
yeah,
of like a mentality, I guess. But that's why I thought that was frame because I feel like frame is a mentality. Like I'm gonna hold frame. Like I'm not gonna let you pull me out of like this type of man that I am right now, no matter what you say and do and shit like that.
yeah, yeah. You gotta hold it down as a
I
man.
but you need some game to get a girl. Period. Like you can have like I just don't like guys like the example of guys that use game too much is the Tyrone that makes $30,000 a year, but he's fucking every fucking
Yeah,
woman.
yeah,
Like he's the real Tyrone. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That guy he's just using nothing but game.
yeah.
And so him, I'm ashamed of him. It's just like, bro. One of them actually called into Fresh and Fit like a few weeks ago, and he was a straight Tyrone, bro, from Fort Worth. And I was like, I told the old this guy, I was like, guys, we gotta find this guy. He's trying to change his life. He said he literally didn't want to be a Tyrone anymore. Like he was trying to like make money and like stop fucking these hoes. And
Yeah.
it was like
No,
I can imagine that issue.
it's a trap though. It can be a trap because you see it. You see these dudes that they just chase pussy and like They get
And they'll stay
pussy.
broke forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They'll do this up into their 40s, and then they're like, "Oh wait, now I'm like old and I have like no money,"
And these girls only want to fuck me. Yeah.
and they don't know how to sustain a relationship. Because they've been doing the single thing their whole life.
Yeah. I want to know, do you plan to go anywhere other than Japan? Do you want to move anywhere else?
No, I want a base in somewhere in Japan, and then I want a base in USA.
That's
I'm
cool.
working on building that now.
And where would the base in USA be? Probably Florida.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be by the beach.
Gunshine State.
Um, one of my questions were you one of the original Passport Bros? I think you are. I
I
think
guess
you would.
so.
Yeah. What do you think about the Passport Bros?
I just think that you live one time, so go get what you're worth.
Yeah, completely. The one beef that I always had, because I when my first show first started, I had Austin Holloman on. Shout out to him. He's one of the biggest Passport Bros right now, I would say. And one of the big things that I argue is just that I love America. Like, I know that, like, once again, I'm a very solution based man. It's like I was born here for a reason in Dallas, Texas. I'm meant to fucking stay here, change the politics, change it, make it how it's supposed to be. Like really fix this shit. And like, so like, I would never leave America. I would never. To me, it's a for not, I'm not saying this is for you at all, but for me it would feel like a defeatist mentality. Like, I'm leaving the country because I can't get these girls here anymore, so I'm running away because they're too hard, you know. And I love a challenge. I love America. I know that America, like, the way I tell guys, yeah, leave the country if you don't like a challenge. If you like a challenge, if you love that shit, then you're gonna love America. But if you hate a challenge, yeah, fuck it, you don't want to be here.
No, for me, it's just I don't like how American girls are so masculine.
Yeah,
I
dude,
like
it's super
very
unattractive.
I like very feminine women. I am a masculine guy, so I can't have some masculine as a bitch running around my house
Telling you how to do shit.
telling me anything, telling me nothing. No, 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 no,
What do you think about America right now? Do you think it can be fixed, or
nope,
how can it be fixed?
nope.
You don't think so?
Nope. I said this on my stream the other day. I have more faith in men building like the perfect AI girlfriend before women get their shit together.
That is very true, and it's definitely gonna happen in the next 5 years. Like, watch, especially with VR, how it is. It's
They're,
gonna happen.
these OnlyFans girls' jobs are going to be eaten up by AI soon.
I can't fucking wait. I'm gonna buy one of those bots. I'm gonna be one of the ones that's putting it out there. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant to prostitute it out. You know what I
Can I
mean?
have a water? Can I
Oh,
get,
hey baby, can you please grab a water for him?
please?
Thank you. Um, would you come back to fix anything?
Only if my mom needed help.
But like, politically, would you ever want to come back to try to help the world in this way?
Oh yeah, ban feminism.
Yeah, you got to come and get involved with politics, bro. I'm telling you, I think Red Pill's gonna have a red wave at one point. The Overton window reversal, we kind of already talked about that. What religion do you like the most?
Oh, dude. Okay, so I talked about this the other day too. So I've been back here in America, right? And I gotta say, bro, the Muslim homies are home. They still have their house in check. Listen, tell me this: when you see a girl, these women with the hijab on and the burqa on in America, right? They are never unattractive in the face. They're never fat, right? They're driving a nice car. They have well-behaved kids. You never see some Muslim kid throwing a fucking fit in the
No,
supermarket. Their
never.
father would look down and feel like the
Just
fear
a
of God.
look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. The fathers take care of the family, and these kids usually go to good universities to get good jobs. There's no delinquent Muslim people out there, especially that I've seen in
they're
America.
doing it right. Yeah.
And it's patriarchy.
I think Christianity is good at making money. That's why America is at where it's at right now. But Islamic people are better at raising families.
I don't know. Christianity kind of sold out with a lot of things these
Yeah,
days.
well, I have Ruslan on for my birthday on Monday, and one of the big things that, like, I'm very connected with the faith community. I was a very strong Christian when I was young, and so I feel like the way that this works is it's like a triangle. There's red pill community, there's tradcon community, like the Republicans mostly,
Mm,
and then there's the faith community. And I feel like I'm right in the fucking middle of the three.
mm.
Like, I still have very, like, points in all three of them, I
Very
guess.
very purple pill of you.
Yeah, very purple pill of me. Who do you think writes the best prescriptions in the manosphere for making the world a better place? Not just the best prescriptions to make men better, but the best prescriptions to make the world better.
I don't know. I'm not like a manosphere nerd like that. I just talk my shit on my show.
I asked this question because I honestly think you have one of the best programs for making men not only better,
Oh,
but
just Money
because you
Muscles Game Frame.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
also because you're not sitting here destroying, like you're not telling men like don't get into relationships and stuff like that. Now, if you're telling
No.
men to like be super scared and avoid relationship stuff, then yeah. But I
No.
honestly see you as having one of the best. I've checked out a lot of the programs and watched review videos on a lot of them, and I think yours is very unique compared to the others in that
Thanks.
way.
No, it's like a washed up washed up prize fighter. You're like
Yeah,
going out there and like getting knocked out 6 times in a row. You're like, dude, just retire, just retire. Because I don't know, man. I see dudes that have been players whole lives, and I see them like in their later portions of their life, and they get dark, and that's why some of these PUA dudes they like lose their minds or they
a lot
off.
of them have like off themselves and
I was
stuff, right?
just about to
Yeah.
say that. I was just about to say it. They fucking off themselves and or they go to Christ, they go nuts. Like
It's not a good path.
no,
I just call it hedonism, just living in your pleasure. Like living in your pleasure will come bite you in the. I did it for years.
no,
I didn't change my life around until I got in a bad car wreck a couple of years, and that's whenever I like locked her in and I changed my whole life kind of. And
yeah.
yeah, it's scary when you're going down that path. It seems like sometimes.